It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Well, I woke up this morning, I realized it was December 1st. What a great time of year. The holiday season. The joy of giving, the festive holidays. Oh, folks, it's all about being cheerful and happy. And I decided that during the month of December, I'm going to try to be as happy as I can be. And I'm really going to try to help people in the nicest way possible. Because, see, some folks think I can be mean sometimes. I can't promise that I'll be nice the whole month of December. That's asking a lot. But I'll try to do it a few of the days anyway. And today I want to start out that because I want to do some work for the MPSA Association. Our friends over at the Managed Print Service Association. Today I'm dedicating the episode to you. I'm going to give you some help, some advice, and I'm going to be so nice about it that I'm sure that everyone at the MPSA will truly appreciate what I'm going to share with you, because I think this insight could really help the MPSA be a much better organization. I realize that the MPSA is managed by volunteers. The first thing I got to do is I got to thank all those volunteers at the MPSA. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, because the industry needs the MPSA. The industry needs an organization that can evaluate software and organizations that are trying to help our dealer friends deliver managed print services successfully. And we want to make sure that as long as managed print services is viable, even if it ends like next year, because a lot of people think that people don't really care about managing print, I'm one of them. We don't know how long the MPSA will be around, but we want to make sure as long as it's around that it's doing everything it possibly can do to help those friends of ours that sell, supply, and service print equipment and businesses to manage print better. After all, it's the Managed Print Services Association. So ladies and gentlemen, the reason I'm doing today's episode is I got a phone call from a dealer. And the dealer said to me, Ray, I'm looking for a managed print services software, and I've noticed that TigerPaw has won the Managed Print Services Software of the Year 5 years in a row. Do you know anything about it? And folks, I don't really know a lot about the TigerPaw software around managed print services. I know it's a PSA tool out there to help IT service providers. And over the last 5 years, I guess they've been doing some stuff to make it a managed print services software. But it's won the Managed Print Services Software of the Year 5 years in a row. And this dealer had some questions thinking, well, how did they win this? And this is where I want to try to help you, MPSA, because, maybe you should share a little more details of kind of how they won it. Maybe you could do this. You could go like the first year when they won it 5 years ago and say, when TigerPaw won the Managed Print Services Software of the Year 5 years ago, they had a couple of customers. And then the second year, they had a couple more. Maybe the third year, they lost one, but they gained a couple. And the fourth year, they got even bigger. And the fifth year, they're knocking out of the park. They got all these customers. And share that, because then people would kind of know. Because this is what the dealer told me, and this is where I felt the need to come out and do this episode and really try to help you out, is because the dealer thought to themselves, well, maybe nobody else applied to win the Managed Print Services Software of the Year. Maybe TigerPaw is the only company on the planet that filled out that application and went through that rigorous process, to win that award. Maybe the other software providers, because there's literally, thousands of managed print services software providers, but maybe they just decided that application process was too complicated. So maybe you could try to look at that. Maybe you need to uncomplicate it a little bit. I'd be more than happy to help you with that. I could probably help you out a little bit. I'll do some pro bono work with you. See, folks, I got to admit, being nice if it makes you feel good. I really kind of feel good being so nice to the MPSA and trying to help them through this process. But, here's the other thing that happened. So before you issued the 2022 winners, a dealer called me up and they said, hey, Ray, who do you think's going to win the leadership awards over at the MPSA for 2022? And I just told the gentleman as nice as I could. I said, well, hey, just go to the MPSA's website and look at the 2021 winners. And then probably most of those winners will be the winners in 2022. And folks, this is where I really feel good about helping you all out at the MPSA. Because when I went to the website and I looked at the past winners, they didn't have the 2021 winners there. They only have the 2020 winners. And I thought, well, I guess you could look at the 2020 award winners. And those award winners in 2020 probably won it again in 2021. And naturally, they probably won it again in 2022. But we don't want really, dealers to have to go through that kind of a trouble. It would be better if you just listed them every year. Keep up with that. You got to keep up with that so people know who won last year. You're getting ready to do the 2023 awards. And at the end of next year, you don't want someone to go to your website to see who's going to win the 2023 awards, and they're going to look for the 2022 winners and realize you haven't posted the winner since 2020. That would not be a good thing. That would not be a good thing. So you want to kind of fix that, get that going as quick as you can. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you know, our industry, for the most part, you know, they like the awards. There's no doubt about that. I'm trying to be nice here. But at the end of the day, some of these awards, there could be some real validity to it. Some of these awards might be total nonsense. Who knows? But we really should share more details about how people win stuff and all that because, you know, dealers are looking. Some end users out there might be looking. They might be evaluating products based on some awards these people won. And we wouldn't want to, you know, make them think something that might not be true. So to be really nice to everybody that's watching me today, I came up with a Rayism. And I want to share that with you because I think this insight could really help you all out. And again, I'm trying to be nice. It is the month of December. So here's what I want to share with you. I wrote this down this morning. So let me just read this to y'all. When the measurement of merit is measured with a blind eye to reality, the acknowledgement is potentially deceptive. Let me read that again. When the measurement of merit is measured with a blind eye to reality, the acknowledgement is potentially deceptive. And now I want to ask you all a question. Who would hang a fake diploma on their wall? I mean, you're sitting there at your desk. Are you going to have a diploma behind your head that says graduated from Stanford University to make people think you're smart? I mean, you're not going to do that. That would be horrific. No one would do that. The problem with a lot of the awards the industry's giving each other is that people are looking at these awards and they're starting to realize a lot of this stuff might not be credible. Or they're looking at these awards, they sign up with some programs based on an award, and then they find out they were deceived because the award was real nonsense. And we wouldn't want to do that as an industry, would we? Folks, I got to tell you, I feel so good being nice today. And I'm going to try to be nice every single day this month to try to help my friends out. Because everybody watching me knows this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all tomorrow.